Hey, it's your girl, Allison Williams.
Hey, this is Devon Howard.
Hi, this is Beth.
Hi, this is Cindy Mizell.
Hi, this is Tony Walker.
Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Darian Dean.
Hey, everybody, this is the Queen of Philadelphia, Tanqueray Hayward.
Hey, everybody, this is Yasira.
Hi, this is Mason.
Hey, everybody, this is Russell Taylor.
Hey, guys, what's up? This is Ness.
Hey, this is Kenny Allen.
What's up, everybody? This is Cecily.
Hey, this is Corey Day.
Hey, this is your girl, Castella.
Hey, everybody, this is Rebecca G.
Hey, everyone, this is Hill Street Soul.
What's up, good people? This is bassist Hubert Hughes IV.
This is Melvin Lee Davis.
Yo, wait a second, this is Noel Gordon.
Hey, this is your girl, Lady Alma, and you're listening to my friend Troy Sanders on the Bass Entertainment Podcast.
Yeah. Oh, that's a little too loud there. Just a little too loud. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Bass Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Troy Saunders, in case you didn't know. Hey, it's a new week, y'all. And I have somebody on here that I've been waiting to have on here for a long time. She is one of the queens of indie soul, as I'm going to call her. And she's been doing it for a long time and doing it well. And she has a new single out. But right now, we're going to go back a little bit. We're going to go back. And this is called Once You Let Go. And we have the incredible Carol Riddick on.
Look into your eyes and I feel your vibe. And what I see, I can't deny. You're looking like the time is right. And it feels to me like tonight's the night. We're moving and losing control. Let ourselves go, taking the mood we're in by force, get lost inside the flow. Once you let go, you lose control. Oh, once you let go, there's nothing that can stop the flow. Love that I can be who I am with you. And it's good to know you can always be true. And when we're both feeling in the mood, there's nothing like it. Oh, it's so good. We're grooving and losing control. Let ourselves go, taking the mood we're in by force. Get it. Inside the flow, once you let go.
Yeah, that's a bad record. I gave you a little bit more than a minute and 30 seconds because it was feeling good to me, y'all. I know it's feeling good to y'all too, but I want y'all to go on out there and support a sister. I want you to go on and download, buy, do what you got to do to get the word out. If you haven't already heard of Musiq, and if you don't already have it, please go on out and support. This is off the album Love Phases. And, without further ado, I want to introduce to you all singer, songwriter, actress, radio personality, and record label owner, and so much more. The incredible, the beautiful, the talented Miss Carol Riddick, y'all.
And I tell you, you are something else. I said, listen, once you let go, you went into the crates.
But that's what I do. I'm going to go further than crates. You wouldn't even know yet.
Lord, I'm ready. I love the intro. I meant to tell you that. I'm been meaning to tell you that. I love the intro. You got all my family in the intro. Everybody.
Well, thank you. I'm going to continue on. I'm going to get more family in it.
I know that's right.
Because I have such a good time talking to everybody, and it just, it's always seemed like it's an immediate connection. And I've tried to maintain these connections once I do have them, because you never know. And plus, I love everybody. Everybody I've had not one person on here that I say, they ain't got a couple here no more.
Well, let's listen. Praise God for all favors.
Okay.
Okay. But that's a beautiful thing. That's a blessing.
Yes.
That's a huge blessing.
Yes.
And that means you had some good spirits.
Yes. But you know what? I try to give good spirit. So I get good spirit back.
In return, yes. Come on now.
I
know your mother told you, like mine told me, listen, you do unto others.
Yes.
And I know, listen, grandma, mom, auntie, I know they all said it because they all said it to me.
Yes.
Do unto others.
Yes. So I'm gonna give that, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to give good energy. There's so much stuff out there trying to bring us down and trying to make us depressed. We need a place where we can laugh and listen to music and release some of that stress.
Never lied.
Okay, okay. So on a daily basis, it's something to do. So this is a way for me to release and speak to like-minded people and just decompress.
Yes. Just decompress and chill together. Yes. I am in full agreement with you on that, with everything you just said. I promise you, I feel like every day I have to brace myself before I look at my phone, if I turn on the television, I have to brace myself because every day. Yeah.
Matter of fact, if y'all didn't know, Miss Carol Riddick has a radio. Do you still do the radio show?
No, my show ended in September of last year.
Oh, man. You gonna do it again? Do you have plans to do it again?
You know what? I'm not sure. You know, it's so funny. I went from having a podcast to doing my radio show, and now I'm thinking about going back to my podcast. So I'm not sure. Not sure yet.
All right. Well, I know whatever you do is going to be fabulous.
Well, thank you.
Now, let's go back a little bit. Now, I first heard your name back in 2002, 2003.
Ooh, okay.
Back in them days.
Look, again, praise God for all favors.
Okay. I think the first thing I heard you on was, you might have been doing a whole lot of stuff before that, was Musiq Soulchild.
Yes. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, what memories. Yes. I did a few songs with Musiq. Mm-hmm. I did Best Friend. I did Soul Star, of course. I did about 4 songs with Musiq.
And that's why I said, who's that girl up in here? Okay. Yeah. All right. Miss Carol Riddick. Put that in my brain, baby.
Oh, shit.
And I think I'm trying to see if we met somewhere, because I used to do music promotions in the city. Back in the early 2000s. I mean, we had a nice indie soul group of people.
Oh yeah, we did. But you know what? We had more community back then, but we had more venues too.
Yeah,
where we could embrace that and grow that community. So that was a huge contributing factor.
Yeah. And I remember everybody used to come together. We used to have indie soul meetings and all that other type of stuff. Because we had, I remember Sarah Hill, she's the first person I knew that had the Sister Factory.
Wow.
And,
you really live the memories.
Okay. At SWV. I mean, SWV. Oh. Good Lord. At SOBs. I meant SOBs. I'm getting my own S's messed up. At SOBs. And she was the first person I know that was really doing it. She was getting everybody together.
I used to love SOBs.
Okay.
I tell you, I miss those days.
Okay.
I mean, I still love SOBs, but I miss those days.
Right.
Those days. Oh, so many. Look, we had Black Lily, we had Blue Funk, we had. I mean, there was just, here, but we had so much. That's that is to what I was referring a moment ago when I said, there were just places that embraced growing community, and that because that's what we were doing.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know I don't even know what there is now.
No. Well, I don't know. I tried last year. Was it last year I did it? No, the year before last, I did a show here in Connecticut. I live in Connecticut now. I used to live in New York. I did a show, and it was a jazz show.
Okay.
And I had Steve Croon's Latin jazz. I used to play with Luther Vandross. I had Ty Stevens in the soul jazz.
Oh, wow.
And I had Carla Cook on this show.
That's a lot of fun right there. You had a lot of fun going on.
Oh my goodness, the show was incredible. The people at the venue was like, "Oh my God, it's like the best show we had up here." But I couldn't get it was too far out. I think I need a smaller, intimate place. I mean, I had a decent turnout, but it's not like I wanted. I like a show like that. I'm like, you supposed to be, every seat. You know what I'm saying? And they
There's
gave
supposed to be people outside that can't get in.
Okay. You know. So I'm looking for a new venue.
So wait, you're in Connecticut. I'm going to be in Connecticut in a few months. The brass. What is it?
You're gonna be in Waterbury.
I will. I will be in Waterbury.
Okay. So what's the name does that show? What's his name? I got his face. His face is in my head.
Al Taylor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm coming on down because that's only That's only like 20 minutes from my house. Is that?
Oh, well, I better see you.
Okay.
I'll let you know. I will. I'll keep you posted.
Because that's usually in August. All right. You hear that Connecticut? You hear that? Well, my cousin said Connecticut. You live up in Connecticut. You hear that Connecticut? Come on out now. That's usually the first week in August, second week. It's in August sometime, I believe.
I know it's in the future. I don't. So, I will have to look to see the date. You know how that goes. You know how that.
But don't worry about it. Y'all check out. Go on to Bass Entertainment. I'm gonna keep you all abreast on that. Okay, because they always have a good turnout and a good, incredible artist on it. There's always a selection of people up there that's just insane, So yeah. Anyway, because we could talk about that also a little later. What you got coming up and all that type of stuff. But let's go back to the first album.
Okay. Oh, moments like this.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm gonna start it with "You Better Not Hurt Me."
Oh, you better not.
Okay, that sounded like it was coming from someplace for real. Like, all right,
it was. You better not.
Okay, he's like, all right, fool, don't act up in here. Okay.
Ooh, look, I'm laughing, looking. Everybody who knows me knows how silly I am, but. So I'm drinking my green tea, but I have turmeric in it. So I just looked. I said, "Oh, wait, what's that? Yellow."
Right, you be all yellowed up.
What in the world? My turmeric.
Okay, so this is You Better Not Hurt Me, y'all.
You better not.
Mm-mm.
I said that I was afraid to love, and you said just be willing to try. So I put all my fears aside and walked with you, talked with you, blind eyes. Every day you made it easier for me to see that you may always be here for me. But I've been hurt before, and I don't wanna feel that pain no more, no more. You better love, better love. You better not desert me, no. You better not mistreat me. I wanna feel that I love you deeply. You better not hurt me. You better not desert me. You better not but in your own little way, you convinced me. So I found myself falling. You see, you knew just what to say and do. You helped me deal with some of my issues. That's why I couldn't bear to see you leave. That's why it's you that I need. Better love. Desert me, you better not mistreat me. 'Cause I love you deeply.
Yeah. Them backgrounds is what's doing it for me now. Them backgrounds is it. You doing all them backgrounds, right?
I did. I had a ball doing them too.
Okay, I'm loving it.
Thank you.
Once again, do you still have all copies of this stuff?
I do.
All right, yo, hey. So y'all better go over there. If you go on to your website, they can get it.
Yep, you can. If you go to my link tree, you look for Carol Riddick. Yeah, I don't have many. I don't have many left, but I do have some.
All right. I know I got mine from back in the day.
Back in the day. Oh, it was a different time, wasn't it? Misunderstand me, because we still have fun now.
Yes.
It's just a different fun. It's just different. Yeah. Just different.
Well, that's why, we need to make community now too. Like Helen and Terry said in China, said we all need to get together. I came to Philly last year at the 30th anniversary.
Oh, you did?
Yep, I was there.
Yeah, I was out of town. I was working.
I was like, I don't see Carol Riddick up in here.
I was working. I would have been there. I promise you, I would have been there had I not been working. I would have been there.
And in case you don't know what we're talking about the Recording Academy event, because I'm a new Recording Academy member. In case y'all didn't know, yay! That's some hand claps right there. Shoot.
Yes. I love it.
So yeah, they had an event last year for the 30th anniversary for the Philadelphia chapter. And I'm like, y'all probably said, what are you doing in the Philadelphia chapter? Because the Philadelphia chapter is the cool chapter.
It is. Why not?
Okay.
I like that.
Plus, the Philadelphia chapter said, hey, we need you over there. So I said, okay, I'm coming. You ain't said no but a thing. They said, do your little write-up. Okay, all right, I'm writing it up.
Right up. That's funny.
And I feel like, the Philadelphia chapter is home. Like I feel, and the DC chapter, I think they kind of combine in their own little way. New York is another little thing.
Well, you know what? I will say each has its own flavor. Each chapter has its own flavor. But you were right. I mean, Philly is fly like that. It's the best chapter.
That's what I'm saying. Sorry, y'all, don't hate. And I felt at home immediately.
Well, I mean, the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. So
yes.
Well,
Were you born and raised in Philly?
Yes, I was. Yes, I was. I love it. Yeah. I love it. And a lot of people have asked me about moving. I love Philly. Love Philly. And I've stayed other places extensively, but I didn't have the desire to move. Now, I don't know, as I get older, I might, but I've always felt like you just shared the warmth of Philly, the comfort of Philly, and coming home to Philly has always been so enveloping to me.
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, we used to go to Philadelphia a lot because originally my mother's sister was born in Philly, but then their mother moved to New York.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So my mother was born in New York.
Okay.
But originally they were from Philly. So my uncle, my grandfather, my grandmother, my great grandmother, they all still lived in Philadelphia. So we was in Philadelphia all the time. I still remember the address because my uncle made a song about it. It was called 5444 Ludlow.
Oh, wow. He made a song about it.
Yeah. So I remember that address. Matter of fact, the last time I was in Philadelphia, I said, I'm going to go see if the house not there no more.
It isn't? What's there now?
A parking lot. Because the house was right next to the school.
Oh,
it was an elementary school there. And I guess the elementary school didn't have enough parking, so they knocked those houses down and made a bigger parking lot for the elementary school.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. History.
Yes. History.
So I think it's only fitting that I be a part of the Philadelphia chapter.
And you listen, and we love that. We love that. We love that you are.
School, were you always into music? Was that your thing? Or you say, you know what? I'm going to try something else, but I don't know. Were you forced into it? Some people have their own thing on how they become into the music industry. Sometimes their parents force it. You don't sing. You gonna do this?
No, mine did not. Absolutely did not. My mother, she thought I'd be an attorney, and I think she was more hopeful than anything. But because I always had an interest in law as well. But my father was a musician. He was a drummer. I'm a jazz drummer. But I always loved music, like loved music. So one of my uncles had a Z, and he built the bar himself. So inside, there were, of course, shelves, rows, but he had 2 full rows of albums, nothing but albums. And I would sit when no one was in there. I would sit on the floor, put my headphones on, and listen to everything. I mean, he had everything you could, possibly imagine. And it just increased my love of music because he had so much. He had everybody, from Brass Construction, Mandrill, the Barbra Streisand, Lou Rawls, to, Switch, to everybody. So I would sit and listen to all of it and take it all in. And big band as well. He just had so much. So, but when I would sing, just around the house or what have you, around my family, not around the house, but around my family, everybody would say, Lord, somebody shut this child up, please, please. So they, I could not sing according to my family. So there was one day my family used to go on trips. We went to Great Adventure, and I went they had one of those little things where you could sing, you can go in a booth and record a song. And I sang The Greatest Love of All. So I had a little cassette tape, and I came back to the bus, and one of my cousins was teasing me like, what's that? What is that? Let's hear it. And played it for the family. And then they said, oh, okay. So that was the first moment I had of encouragement, which made me, feel good. But then what got me into it, more so, a guy, I met this guy one day. He had almost hit me as I was walking across the street because he was looking at this girl that was walking by. And I said, see if you were paying attention. I started teasing him. Long story short, we laughed and joked about it, but we became friends. And he told me that he was in a band. And he was telling me, yeah, we're looking for a female singer, but he told me all these horror stories. He kept, saying, oh, it's horrible, but you should come by and check us out sometime. So eventually I did. And he just told the band, she sings. And I said, no, but I don't, because I didn't, nothing outside of the house. And they said, well, let's hear you. And I kept saying, but I don't. So they kept on, well, come on. So I said, well, all right. And I sang, and they asked me to join the band. And he was so mad at me. He said, you didn't tell me you could sing, because he was trying to clown me, Reggie. But in any event, I joined the Maximum Level Band. So that was my first introduction to actually having anything to do with the creative arts. And they helped me to hone my craft. Fast forward again, I was singing at a wedding, the wedding of Mike and Janine Young, and James Lassiter, who was the manager of Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, was one of the groomsmen. And I was singing Linda Ronstadt and Aaron Neville. I don't know much. I was singing that, but he asked me if I wanted to work with Jeff and Will. I mean, who wouldn't?
Okay.
So I said, absolutely. And I went to work with them. And as a result, that was my introduction to the professional world of entertainment. So I did my first tour with them, which is now in the history books. That tour itself is in the history books, but it was 10 rap groups. So because by the time I began working with them, they had finished Home Base, the album on which they were working. Mm-hmm. And so I got to do the tour. So I was out there singing Summertime. So people ask me, I'm not on the project itself, but if you came to the tour, you saw me live. So
see, then that's a whole different story. Most people say, oh, I started in the church. I was singing in the choir.
I was raised as a Catholic. And when I went to audition for the choir one time, I was rejected because I was too, what did he tell me? Did he tell me I was too ethnic or something like that? No, something to that effect.
Yeah, too much soul.
I had,
So you got to stop all that riffing. You sing it straight.
But see, I don't do a lot of runs, which is great. I don't do a lot of runs. But I mean, you know, I guess it was my soul. I don't know. Whatever it was, guess what? It just meant that it wasn't the place for me.
You know? And you think about certain people like Shaka Khan or something. Like, she said, I wasn't in no church. I was Catholic.
I was raised as a Catholic.
Yeah.
I too was raised as a Catholic. Yeah.
Now, I'm trying to remember when I was a kid, we went to the church that was close to our house was I guess it's like a spinoff of a Catholic church. It was called the Dutch Reformed Church.
Oh, I'm not familiar.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to look that up. The Dutch Reformed Church.
Yep. And they sing like in a Catholic church, more or less. But as we got older, my parents were like, all right, we gonna go on over to Bethel Baptist.
You know, listen, when I tell you, so I was raised as a Catholic, but I grew up at 15th and Bainbridge, at the corner of 15th and Bainbridge. There was a church right down the street from where I lived. It was a Baptist church. I cannot think of the name of it right now, but when I tell you, every Sunday was live. It was lit and live. You hear me? I used to always wish, you know, I was a part of there.
You didn't go in there once?
I did. I went in there a couple of times, actually. I did. Because, how can you resist?
Exactly.
You know, how can you resist?
My partner is of the lighter persuasion. And when, like, unfortunately, my mother passed away in 2017.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. And they were, you know, everybody came to the funeral. And they was like, wow. We're not used to, you know, all this carrying on at a funeral. but there's like, it was so refreshing. You know, she was being celebrated, not mourned.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I said, that's how we do. That's how it should be. Some people believe that, you know, you have to mourn that person for the rest of your life. I'm like, come on now. They won't want that for you. They want you to continue living. You know.
They don't. So I lost my mother in 2018, and it was at the end of the year. So her service was at the beginning of 2019. But all I could hear was, get yourself together. Because that would be my mother. My mother was like, we're not going to do that. If we're celebrating, let's celebrate. Yes. So all I could hear, because people kept asking, how did you keep yourself? I was not together. But all I could hear was my mother saying, get yourself together. Get yourself together. Yeah. Like, what you're not going to do is break down here. Get yourself together.
Yep. That was me, because my cousin couldn't get up there and say the obituary. So I got up there and did it.
Yeah, I eulogized my mother.
Yes. Everybody's like, well, how did you do that? How did you? I said, because it had to be done.
Yeah,
I can't fall apart. Right. Yes.
That's my mother.
Yes.
Look, nobody better to do it than me.
Yep.
Now, that was my sugar lump. So,
yep.
What I'm going to do.
So, yeah. But so that's interesting. That's an interesting story that you kind of like fell into it.
Hey, this is your girl, Lady Alma, and you're listening to my friend Troy Sanders on the Bass Entertainment Podcast.
So what was you doing before that? Like, you were just singing on the side, blah, blah, blah. Were you in college for something else? And
yes, I was. So out of high school, I went to work in law firms because I had an interest in law. So in college, I had a major of communications. I was studying radio, television, and film, and I had a minor of criminal justice.
Wow.
So yes, I'm a long way. Maybe not. Well, radio,
no, it's still communications.
It's still communication.
So did you leave college once you started touring?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Well, no, I left because my mother had become ill. Mm-hmm. She had become ill, and so I left to care for her when she was on the mend. Because I'd gone out. My first run was long. I waited before I went to college. I waited a few years, and because I had done so, I was able to go out on the tour. Because the tour we did, it was we toured around the country, and it was I don't even know if I can remember everybody, but it was Public Enemy. It was Kid and Play. It was Queen Latifah. It was MC Light. It was 357. It was Jeff and Will. It was Kid Capri. It was the Ghetto Boys. And there were two more groups. I cannot remember. Ooh, and no,
well, you did good. What you talking about?
I can't remember the other two groups, but it was an amazing tour for which I am forever grateful. But I did that and then went to school, but then left because my mother had become ill. So
then once you came back, how long was that between doing your first project, working with Musiq and wow, it's all a blur. It is so much a blur because I'd come home, when I tell you divine orchestration is the only way I can explain it, because I was able to still care for my mother and go on the road. Like, she would be well enough, for me to be away. So I was able to do several tours, But so I don't even know. It is truly a blur. It really is. All of it. It's such a blur, but wow.
But a good blur.
Yes, a good blur. Because you probably didn't know what city you was in sometimes.
No. So I still don't. You wake up and you think, okay, where is this? And then you have to backtrack, think, okay, where am I today? Hey, people have had worse problems. That's not even a problem.
Okay. I remember, what was I? I was at some show and the artist kept saying the wrong city.
Listen.
And the people were so mad.
I try not to say the city because that would be a problem for me. I have the worst memory. I don't know. I know I'm here. I know we're here. And I know that I'm happy to be here. That's what I know in that moment.
Ooh, they was upset. And they said, I think it was NJ Pack. We're in New Jersey. You're not in Philadelphia.
Listen, to that artist, I overstand. Okay? I overstand.
Oh, man.
People, you got to think, though, because sometimes we travel and then sometimes we're not well rested, and then we'll get to a city and we're trying to give you all that we have. We're making our best effort to give you all that we have. We don't know where we are. No.
Oh, man.
This is David Sylvester, and you're listening to Troy Saunders on the Bass Entertainment Podcast.
I want to play one more song off the first album.
Oh, okay.
I like this one right here because I know this one is from the heart too. I Want to Be.
Oh, I Want to Be.
Mm-hmm. It's Crystal's song, so I'm taking that shit daughter.
Yes, Crystal's song. Yes. Oh.
I know she grown and everything right now.
She is good and grown. Good and grown. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So check this out. This is I Want to Be, y'all.
It's amazing, 'cause inside I know the challenges you face. More and more I've got to be stronger and better than I've ever been at anything. 'Cause you need me to be there to lean on. All I want is the best that I can be for you and me. 'Cause I love you, and all I want to be is what you want and need. 'Cause you are my life's a baby. All I want to be is the best that I can be for you and me. 'Cause I love you, and all I want to be is what you want and need. 'Cause you are life's a baby. Life's a baby. You're so angel, a hybrid of love and beauty. You're my baby girl. You are my own little world, and I must protect you. Trying to shape and mold you is hard for me. I can do wrong. I don't wanna be wrong. All I wanna be is what you want and need. That's all I want. All I wanna be is what you want and need.
That is such a beautiful song. I love that song. You can tell that's got, first of all, the title alone lets you know it's going to be from the heart.
Wow.
And my thing is also, how did you, like, from singing in the bedroom and singing just around the house, how did you hone your skills for background? Because that's a whole nother skill set right there. Hone your skill for songwriting.
Mm-hmm.
And also hone your skills for recording. And all these are so many different things that, you know, people go to school for, and, you know, they train, and you just had it innately, it seems like.
Wow. I will say I started writing as a result of losing my grandmother. I lost my grandmother in my freshman year of high school. And I've always been I've always held things in. I've always been reserved and shy and just afraid of everything in life. Quite honestly, I was. So writing was my outlet. It had become my outlet. And it gave me a level of comfort to just, number one, to get it out. But number two, to be able to share it, to release it. So that was from where that came. That was how that skill was honed. Recording, it was actually a friend of mine who helped me because I wanted to put ideas down and I wanted to be able to practice and work things out. And he said, all right, get your notebook because we're going in. And that was Eugene Man Roberts. So he's John Legend's MD. So I had my notebook. He sat me down and you know, showed me how to do what I needed to do. Thank you. So that was a blessing in and of itself. And performing, that was the Maximum Level Band. They helped me. They helped me tremendously with that. They are the reason. Because I was able to practice. So
like we say, it takes a village, huh?
You hear me? Do you hear me? My tribe and my village. Listen, I am who I am because of my entire tribe and village.
And how do you maintain being in a business that's so rough and keeping your head above water and keeping that positive energy and just keep going? How do you keep that energy? Because a lot of people say, I can't do this no more. This business is not what I thought it was going to be. I'm going to go back to a regular old 9 to 5.
Am I maintaining? Look.
Yes.
But no, I mean, I stay in prayer, quite honestly. And I love, you know, what God allows me to do. I love that I get to perform. I love that I get to travel. I love that I get to meet, you know, new people. And it's my ministry, quite honestly, because it wasn't a skill set for which I went, you know, anywhere to learn, but, you know, from my tribe and village. So I see it differently. I just see it so much differently. While I'm ministering to everybody else, I'm ministering to myself as well. So I feel like I have to keep using my gift. I have to. I mean, that's why God gave it to me.
So let me ask you another question. Now, it seems like there is a big difference it's time between projects. So is it because you don't have anything to say, or
that's life. Yeah. That's called life. Listen, and it's not because I never intended for it to be that way. I just said that the other day when I was talking about my newly released single. I can't believe it again, but life, and as we all know, life's in full speed at times, and it has, like I've shared, since the release of the last project, I'm now without both my mother, my father, the fur baby I had at the time. There was a lot of loss and detachment and just life to work through and to live through,
Yeah. Is it at one point you said, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore?
I did. Because, the industry is ever changing. It changes, as you know, it changes so fast. And so much about it changes that I had some anxiety. I had some hesitancy about even releasing my single. Because the band, they were saying to me, come on. They were, pushing like, come on, Carol, come on. And I said, no, I don't even think anybody's going to listen to it. And they were saying, come on. Like, but if it had not been for them nudging, pushing, urging, saying, come on, for them encouraging, because those sound like negative words. They were encouraging me. So had it not been for their encouragement, I don't know that this single would be out, quite honestly. And because like I shared, the industry has changed so much that I was hesitant because I felt that I wasn't going to know how to navigate it.
I'm glad you did, because this new single is fire.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And the title, Gas Hard. I was like, what's she talking about? And then you got to listen to the song to know what she's talking about, because she's like, that. So gas and hard, what those go it's together?
Hard. What? You know what? And that's I love that. And it wasn't, so it was, I was writing with Denard Watson, Sabria Joins, and Justin Cordell McCord. And Bria, it was Bria's idea. So Bria came up with that, with the title. I said, okay. And then we started, right? She said, no. And she explained to me, she said, no, because, she said, Carol, I've known you for so long now. And she said, but I see you're just a different person. You're a different woman now. She said, you've always been a grown woman to me, but you are a good and grown woman now. I said, oh, wait, keep talking.
Okay.
Shut up and keep talking. Right? So, but there was truth to what she was saying, because again, I had lived some more life. I had some more experiences, some more life on my back. So, the first line, I'm feeling real confident. Now I can walk through an open door. When there was hesitancy or even reluctancy or even failure to do so in the past, now I can walk through an open door. No more settling for second best. It's time to claim what I came here for.
Now you see what I'm talking about? Now you hear that, and then you're thinking about the song that we just played, and you are like, I have to be strong. You're building yourself up to do what you have to do.
You can hear the terror, because I was terrified. Crystal is my baby, and she was she's the daughter of my ex-husband. And when she came into my life, she was 7 years old, and she was so impressionable, and I'm just this beautiful baby, this beautiful spirit. And I felt like, okay, well, if I'm going to be in her father's life, I'm going to be in her life. This is a huge responsibility for me. I wasn't sure I was prepared. I wasn't sure I could handle it, or that I would even do well at handling that responsibility. So that is from where that song came. I was terrified, but she's my baby girl.
I know that's right. It's funny, like we adopted a little girl at 5. She was 5 years old. And we wasn't even thinking about adopting anybody. It's not like we went out to say, oh, we're going to adopt, we're going to be parents. We had a trip to Hawaii planned, all other type of, nobody. But God said, all right, you need to take this little girl, because what happened is that a friend of my partner's was not doing well.
Okay.
And they was going to remove the child from her custody. And she says, well, I don't want my child to go in the system. So call Michael and he will look after her. So he called me. They called him and said, hey, we have this little girl. Her mother gave you a name. to look after her. Will you do it?
Mm.
And he was like, hold on. I got to call my partner to see what's going on, so. And the funny thing about it is that he told me, even when we first met, he says, I'm not looking to be no dad. He said, but it's this little girl, and I think she's going to cross my path. I don't know how, but I think she's going to cross my path. And if she does, I have to take care of her.
Yep.
So,
see, divine orchestration.
Okay.
That is divine orchestration. And what I must say is thank you to Crystal's mother, Elizabeth, because she was a blessing as well. She encouraged the relationship that I had with Crystal. We were mom and mommy. So I so appreciate, and that's a blessing too, because you don't always have it.
Okay. Some people have a whole lot of attitude and stuff behind that.
Yep. None of which I dealt with. None of which I had an experience with. So thank you to Elizabeth as well.
Yes. That is a positive thing right there.
Oh, no, yeah. It was beautiful. It really was. I must say. It was.
And which is kind of like what made me think of this right here is that, the next day this little girl was in our lives and she hasn't left since.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God, it took years, but her mother's finally clean and now her mother can come around, from time to time. When Indigo wants to see her.
I see, listen, y'all know I'm one big teardrop. I love that. I love stories like that. I so love that.
So now she's 15, going on 16, going on 80. Old lady.
I love it.
So yeah, that's
kudos to you two for accepting the responsibility. Sometimes God will speak to us and sometimes we turn a deaf ear.
And the funny thing about it, I've grown since then because we talk about like you in your song here, I got to be strong enough. I got to be this, I got to be that. And we have culturally have two different ways that we grew up. Now, mind you, we have the same ideas and same, ideology and stuff like that. But the way we handle things were different.
Right.
So I had to kind of, because I also agree that the way sometimes my parents handled might not have been the right way. But the first thing that pops in my head is the way my parents did it. So a lot of times I had to sit back and like, all right, you can't do that.
And nobody has a handbook. No one has a handbook. I think it's important to be easy on ourselves. Yeah. I was very hard on myself because I just did not want to fail. I did not want to make a mistake. I did not want to do wrong. But we're all human. We are all human. And I had to accept that. I had to, there's nobody harder on me than me. So I had to accept that.
I'm the same way. I get it. Even to this day, I'm like, all right. But, like I said, I learned to sit back and watch sometimes. Sometimes you need to learn.
Oh, always.
Right.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. You better. Okay. Always.
Hi, this is Mason. You're listening to my friend Troy on the Best Entertainment Podcast.
Let's get to some of these wonderful collaborations now. Everybody knows your collaboration with Will Downing. And when you're live and you're singing Nothing Has Felt Like This, that's my song anyway. So that's another story right there.
Uh-oh.
But it's about you. We ain't talking about me right now.
I think I want to hear your story. I don't know that I'm that interested.
Of course you are. Of course.
But that's been a blessing. It's really been a wonderful thing being able to perform that particular song. Well, being able to work with him, number one, but being able to perform that particular song, over and over again, and to get the responses that it receives, that is such a blessing. It's such a blessing. It's a beautiful song. Such a beautiful song. And I had the opportunity to thank Rochelle Farrell. I was introduced to her and she was so gracious. She was so gracious. So because I kept feeling like, oh my goodness, she's going to be mad at me. But then we were introduced and it was a beautiful experience. Then I got to thank her. So it was cool. So that made it even better.
Okay. Let me tell you, the first time I heard Rochelle Farrell was at Sweetwater's in New York. And it was her and Will. She was opening for Will Downing.
Wow.
And during the break, after she got off, it was a Tower Records down the block.
I miss Tower Records. Do you hear me? I miss Tower Records so much.
Okay. Girl, I went down the block. I got that CD, and I had it back and sitting in my seat by the time Will came on. Mm-hmm. And one of my friends that worked at Sweetwater, I don't know how he knew who he knew, but he was like, "Oh my God, you really liked it that much? You got to see it." He went and told Rochelle Farrell.
How can you not?
Okay.
I mean, once you hear her, like for the first time, I think we were all. She's so infectious.
Yes.
We were all affected. Okay.
So she came over and signed the CD. She said, "Come tell him to come down here."
Yeah.
And she signed that CD.
She was performing at, so two experiences I had with her particularly, and both were at the Kimmel Center. I mean, not the Kimmel Center, in Glenside, the Keswick. Both were at the Keswick Theater. The first, I'd come to see her and someone told her I was in the audience and she called me on stage to sing with her, which was awesome. That was so awesome. And then I got to open for her at the Keswick. It doesn't get any better.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
It does.
You just, wait a second. I got one more story because we can't talk about Rochelle Farrell. Don't talk about this story. In early 2000s, like 2001, I became friends with Lettucey. That's my girl too. I love me some. That's my girl. So Rasan was having his album release party.
I love Rasan too.
Okay, in Long Beach, California, and because the album was After Hours, so they had this show with Rochelle Farrell, Rasan Patterson, Layla Hathaway, and Lettucey.
That just sounds like heaven right there.
Baby, I flew out there and I was at the rehearsals and stuff like that because I was hanging with Led, and then back at the hotel with Layla and Led, and it was such an incredible experience. The show lasted to 2:00 in the morning, and okay. And they were just all on stage together, just going back and forth. It was just spontaneity all over the place.
I'm shocked y'all aren't still there. Okay. Listen, because that sounds like a time to be had. I'm shocked they let y'all out of the building.
Okay. No, they turned the lights on. They kicked us out.
Listen, they would have to do so. Okay. They would have to do so. But I mean, what? Rasan, Lettucey, and Layla? Come on now. Come on. Rasan, I'll tell you, when I met Rasan, I was working with Keith Crouch, and Keith had just finished working with Brandy. He just finished doing those projects. And Keith said, you know what? I don't want to just jump right in. I want to develop a rapport. I want to just chill for a little bit. And me, Keith, and Rasan, we went and got some sushi. We went and shot pool. We just had a fun day. That was my introduction to Rasan. We had so much fun that day. I will never forget that.
He is so cool.
He absolutely is.
Yes.
Absolutely is.
I told him, I said, Rasan, when you coming on the podcast? He said, Troy, I'm coming. I'm coming. Don't worry, I'm coming. I'm like, but when?
I know.
That's going to be a two-parter because, we got so much stuff to talk about.
That is Rasan. Oh, Lord.
So, yeah, we love you, Rasan, man. And Led, and Layla, and Michelle. Wherever you at, girl, we love you, girl. I hope you're doing well.
Indeed.
Hey, y'all, this is David P. Stevens, and you're listening to Troy Saunders and Bass Entertainment. Let's go.
Hey, you know what we're going to go to? Speaking about going, David, thanks for that wonderful drop. We're going to go to Carol Riddick and David P. Stevens and a song they did back in like 2022, and this is called Tonight. Check it out, y'all.
you're such a tease. Dance with your girlfriends instead of close to me. Woo. I want you to feel that groove tonight. I want you to feel that groove tonight. See, I know you feel this groove, yeah. It's getting into you. I get so excited when you do that dance you do. I'ma do my two-step, you gon' do your new step. As long as we're stepping together. Said, girl, just feel this tight groove. You got all the right moves. Rock with me forever and ever, yeah. I want you to feel that groove tonight. Come on. I want you to feel that groove tonight. I want you to feel that groove tonight. I want you to feel that groove tonight. I like the way you're moving, and if you want me to, we can dance the night in our own groove. Just me and you.
Sing that bridge, Carol. All right, so what's on your bucket list? What is Carol Riddick going to do next? Are you going to release a whole album?
I am going to release a whole album. Listen, this right here was monumental. Me releasing this single, as I shared, because I was going through so many emotions, but then Troy, it just came to the point because I recorded the song, but then did not release it because I wasn't ready. So once I was ready, now I own the song. Now I'm like, come on now, gas hard. Full speed ahead.
That's right.
No more checking in my rear view.
No checking in the rear. Well, we talked about the song. I was going to save it to the end, but we talked it up so well. We might just go on and play it. We can play something else at the end. Let's get right to the meat and potatoes.
Why not?
Now, I know if y'all didn't hear this song, matter of fact, y'all need to check out my radio show, the Bass Entertainment Show on Urban Influencer Radio, because I'm playing this puppy on there. Check this out. This is called Gas Hard, y'all.
I'm feeling real confident. Now I can walk through an open door. No more settling for second best. Time to claim what I came here for. I thought I was happy. Didn't know who I was. I was so unaware. But now I see. Close-minded, aiming to please. Overthinking everything didn't look good on me. Oh, it didn't look good on me. Walking greener on the other side. Glad I know better now. Everything I need is right here with me. Took some time to find Caroline. Didn't even know who I was. I was so unaware. But oh, now I see. Oh, it didn't look good on me. Everything didn't look good on me. Walking around close-minded in a peace. Walking around. Found it, realizing I got the keys. Oh, yes, no more chicken in my rear. No more switching lanes. No more switching lanes. Full speed ahead. My driving so brand new. No switching lanes. Gas full speed ahead. No more chicken in my rear. No more switching lanes. Gas
Yeah. Since that's a single, I'll let the whole thing play. Yeah, I love that song right there.
Thank you so much. I must say I too am in love with that. I love the song, but I'm in love with that song right now. That's who I am. That's where I am. That's who I am. And I'm loving that. I'm loving that for me. How about that?
All right.
I'm loving that for
Okay.
me. So, I mean, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. Say what you gonna say.
Well, I was about to say that, having been in this industry for as long as I have, listen, growing older, is not favorable in entertainment. So I can't even express the gratitude that I have for the reception that this song has received, because you already know. I mean, it's across the board in entertainment. Mm-hmm. I'm in the midst of my maturation process, mm-hmm. And sometimes that's just not looked upon favorably. You're a woman in this industry. Mm-hmm. It's not always cute to be auntie. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes it's like, auntie, go sit down. And I'm so grateful. I mean, there may be some who have had that opinion or who may share that opinion, but I'm glad that the number that have not is greater. Yes. So I'll say that.
Yeah. Well, you're ageless also, my dear.
Say this again.
I said you're ageless also. You just forever young. Skin is flawless. What products you using, girl? Tell the people.
Soap and water.
Yeah, you should see Carol's skin. It's flawless. It's just glowing.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I try. Look, I do what I can. I do what I can.
So let me ask you another question. I just was listening to your voice, and you know how some people say, "Oh, you can hear that she listened to this person," or you can hear. You have your own style and your own sound.
I love that.
So
I appreciate that.
I don't hear anybody that I can say, "Oh, like you can listen to Vesta Williams and say, "Oh, yeah, Mama listened to a whole lot of Shaka Khan." You can hear that in certain people. But so how did you get the, when you was listening to those albums back in the day, was there anything that you gravitated, that you felt like you played over and over again, that you said, you know what, I really like this sound? Or was it just always all over the place? You listened to everything?
I listened to everything. Well, because I had a different appreciation for different things. because I was listening to the instrumentation, but for some people, it was about the vocals. You know, Nancy Wilson will forever and ever and ever be the epitome of femininity for me. You know, so I loved her diction. Mm-hmm. And that really, really spoke to me. It really spoke to me. So when I would be listening to, when I'd listen to Nancy Wilson, Carmen McRae, Dinah Washington, Ella, you know, Sarah, but listen to Chaka, Aunt Patty, Aunt Gladys, you know, there are different influences, different things that you feel and you hear. I can't say that I listened to, I never wanted to be like anybody. So that wasn't a concentration of mine. Mm-hmm. I was more focused on stretching myself and paying attention to my own tone. I would listen to just getting to know my body, because it was always, because I did not go to school for music, and because I did not have any vocal lessons, it was always important to me to pay attention to what was going on with me, pay attention to my body, pay attention to the sound that I was making and how I was able to do so. That was always more important to me. It wasn't about everybody, because I don't know how they do what they do. I don't know who, you know, I don't know anything about that. And that might not work for me. Right. But it was more important for me to find out my limits, you know, what I can and cannot do, and to push, stretch so I can grow.
Well, did you ever wind up getting any type of vocal lessons or something like that, where you didn't strain your voice, or you didn't, like, so many people that's, you know, been in the business and they still, you know, get nodes and all that other type of stuff.
I know, by the grace of God, I'm telling you, listen, God's little pinky is somewhere on me. It's like his little, listen, it's like but a tenth of his pinky finger is touching me somewhere in that regard. Well, in life, let me say, because I'm blessed. So let me just say, but no. And again, because I was always careful about my vocal health, I would read what would be helpful or some things that would not. And I would get scoped. I still get scoped. I used to get scoped once a year. Now I haven't gone as often. I'll go like every 2 years, but I would get scoped just to make sure my vocal cords were healthy and to make sure there was nothing going on, or nothing, you know. I was relentless. That was the word that I used about my vocal health, about checking, about going to get my cords checked, and about maintaining health. I did have, I had a scare twice. I had a virus, and the doctor told me, look, it's a virus that has to run its course. And I was advised not to sing, not to speak. And that happened twice for a month, for 1 month. But I did have to take speech therapy to make sure I was still using my vocal cords, but using them properly, so that, you know, I wouldn't cause any damage. But I was on complete vocal rest. This was years ago. And both times it was so far in the past, but it was scary. I was, of course I was terrified. You know, you wake up and you sound like that. Like, wait, what? You know, I had nothing above a whisper. And that was for about a month.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I know that had to be scary.
Well, you don't, especially when you don't know from where it came. And right. I woke up that way. And for it to have taken a month to go. And I had the fear that it would return, because I did not know it when it was, you know, I did not know why it had come. So I did not know if it would return, because I didn't know how to prevent it. But again, by the grace of God, I haven't. That was in my 20s when that happened.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Russell Taylor, and you're listening to my man Troy Saunders on the Bass Entertainment Podcast.
So what would you tell people that want to come into the music career now in this day and age? Because it's so much different than, you know, when we started, when, you know, 20, 30 years ago, something like that.
It is so different, but, you know, so are they. They're different from who we were 20, 30 years ago. You know, they may even be more equipped to navigate and manage this industry than we are for obvious reasons. I would say stay true to you. Stay true to yourself. I would say, listen, every day is a gift. So use it wisely, but remain faithful at all times. Because this business will test you in every way imaginable. So remain faithful, but always remain true to yourself. Always, always, always remain true to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I hear artists say, when I signed to this record label, they say, I'm going to be the next this person. Or they want to make me sound like that person. Or they make me want to sound like this person. One thing I can say about nowadays, you can just put out what you want to put out without a record label. That's the good thing. It's nobody there telling you how you should sound. And some people need to be told how to be sound. They'll tell the truth. But
no, listen, I'm very encouraging of individuality. I am very encouraging because we wouldn't have some of the people that we love and adore.
That's true.
I'm sure there are some people out there who say, well, I can't stand her voice talking about me. And that's acceptable because everything is not for everybody. So, I am not that one. I will not ever be that one to tell someone, go have all the seats available. I won't be that person because you never know. You never know.
But there's certain things that just don't sound right. There's certain things that's just wrong. I mean, it's certain things that's just wrong.
See, they may be wrong to you and me.
Yeah.
But they may not be wrong to somebody else. Okay. Somebody else might say, well, it's that bad. Or somebody else might say, nah, I love what are you talking about? It's all a matter of, and I think that's so important to embrace nowadays, because I think we have become, we've just become a race of people that don't encourage differences. It's just different. It's not good, bad, or it's just different. We live in a day and age where if I'm talking with you and you don't agree with me, I'm pissed and I want to fight you. Like, no, I don't agree with that at all. I believe, God created us in his image. So if I can look at you and look at me and we don't look anything alike, then that's what it's supposed to be. That's exactly what it's supposed to be, and I think that there's beauty in that because it gives me something to explore. I think that's a wonderful thing. What would the world be like if everything was the same? Everything was different. We all thought the same. We liked the same. Then come on now. I don't want to be there. Can I get the first thing smoking off of that planet?
I get you. I got you. I understand. So I won't say that any longer.
No, well, no, that's your opinion. You might say, yeah, well, look, Carol, you go ahead. Go ahead. Whatever that is you thinking or whatever, you go right ahead. It's okay. It's all right. I'm, like they say, I'm okay. I'm able to, agree to disagree. Mm-hmm. I'm good with that.
Hey, this is Kenny Allen, and you listen to Troy Saunders on the Bass Entertainment Podcast.
Tours. What shows you going to be on? What's going on now? Where you going to be there?
I never remember. I know that I have the next thing I have coming up is in the tri-state. I think it's in Philly. I have because I also work with Gerald Beasley. We do Nina Simone tribute, and we have our Nina Simone tribute coming up in Philly at the top of May. And then I have my own show coming to Philly in June, at the end of June. And I have some appearances with Will in between. I don't know the dates of any of it, but I do put this stuff on my Linktree. It is on my Linktree. If you look up Carol Riddick and you look at my Linktree, you'll see all of this. You'll see everything. As it pertains to Carol Riddick.
You heard. And if you're on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, go over there so you can see the Linktree link.
Yes.
So you can just press it and go over there and you can check everything out.
Everything.
Everything. And if they want to get if they want to get an album or CD.
He teases me. You better tease me. Oh, that was too funny.
So What was I going to say? Oh, so if somebody wanted to get one of those last album CDs, how can they hit you?
They can reach out to me on my link tree. Everything attached to me is on my link tree.
All right.
They can go there. Yeah.
All right. So y'all going over there. If y'all want to get the first album, the second album is on there too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had the first one. I want to get the second one.
You got to get that.
Because both of
I
them.
only have a few. I mean, like I have a handful.
Well, you might as well make some money off them.
How about that? Okay. Listen, again, from your lips to God's ears.
and I'm telling everybody also, you know, when you come out with your new project, I think you should get some vinyls on it. I'm just saying.
Yes. No, seriously. Troy, yes. Shut up, but keep talking. We are on the same page. Okay. On the same page.
Because people buying them vinyls.
I know. Well, me too. So my cousin gave me a record player. It was last year sometime, I think. I posted it because I was so excited. And then a friend of mine, Doug Seymour, my cousin Armand gave me a record player. Doug Seymour, a friend of mine, was a photographer, amazing photographer. He sent me about 50 albums. He said they were all duplicates that he had. When I tell you, because I'm about to play some when we're done talking, I'm about to play some.
I know that's right. I'm in the record store every weekend. I'm in some type of vintage store checking out their records. It's a record store here in Brookfield, Connecticut called Jerosa Records. This place is like you can go pack a lunch up in there and just find stuff. You know?
See, now you're going to make me see. Okay, I think that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to head to the record store. It's time to buy some more vinyl.
Exactly. I mean, oh my God. And I'm on eBay.
Me too. Only two. Oh no. Listen. So we're talking about albums, talking about eBay. I went on eBay and I'm mixing apples with oranges here. But I was looking for remember Schoolhouse Rock?
Oh yeah.
I bought the whole set because I said
you gonna be saying I'm just a bill, all of it.
What?
There's a magic number and all that.
Don't you play with me? Conjunction, junction.
What's your function? Okay. Yes. Well, you know, back in the day, like these kids don't understand. You know, both my parents worked. So they used to plop me in front of that TV. I'll be sitting there absorbing all that stuff on Saturday mornings and everything.
And we had great commercials.
Yes.
Come on now. Yeah. I can bring home the bacon. What?
Fried up in the pan.
And never, ever, never let you forget your romance.
Okay. My mother said when I was a little baby, I would only come in the room. I would crawl into the room when the commercials came on. And then I would walk back. I would crawl back out once the show came on.
You were smart. You were smart. Listen, they had everything was, come on, we had all the good stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then you think about it, you're like, wait a second. Patty Austin was singing those commercials. And,
yes, she was.
And Valerie Simpson, Luther Vandross, all those people were singing those commercials.
They were. They sure were. That's why we love those commercials.
Okay.
We felt all of that. We felt it. We heard it and felt it. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
What?
Paul Edmund Williams, all the bad singers was doing those commercials.
All of them. And doing them well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I want a book of all the commercials. So I can I can listen to it. Wait a second, that's so-and-so. Because you didn't realize who was singing it back in the day, but now I could probably pick it out.
The commercials, the theme shows, the themes to the shows. Yep. What? Come on now. What good times? Of course. Come on.
Please.
Now. What? We had, it was just wonderful.
Matter of fact, somebody sent me a clip today of an old Sanford and Son episode.
Wow.
And Fred was using the N-word up in there, right?
I don't doubt that he was. I don't doubt it.
And I posted on, I said, now this is reality TV 1970 style.
And it was. It truly was.
You can't use the word on TV nowadays, boy.
You better, well, how about you better not?
Okay, right.
You better not.
Man. So, What else? Well, I think we covered everything. I can sit here and talk with you all day. See,
I know, right? We could chat and chew.
Okay,
as my mother would say, we doing nothing but chatting and chewing.
Okay, but that's why I like doing this. This is like you're sitting in each other's living room.
I know, really, really. That's the best thing about it, though. And I love it. Yeah. Well, Troy, we could talk anytime.
Well, please, I'm here. And I'm gonna get down to Philly.
Okay. Well, I'm coming to Connecticut. Okay. I will be there. So I'm coming.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna see. Cause who was there last year? And I went to go see. Oh, Rebecca Jade. She was there.
We did a show together. Well, it was around this time last year. We did Berks. We did Berks Jazz Festival last year. That was where we met. Actually, we met there.
I love Rebecca Jade. She's so cool too.
She is.
Okay.
She is. I interviewed her on my radio show when I was on air. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She was talking about her motorcycle.
Right.
I get it, girl.
I said, I gotta go. I said, you you're gonna be where at Waterbury? I'm gonna be there. So I went up there and hung out with her a little bit. Yeah.
She's a sweetheart.
Hey everybody, this is Rebecca Jade, and you're listening to Troy Saunders on the one and only Bass Entertainment Podcast.
You know what? I like the song with you and Gordon Chambers too, Imaginary Lover. I was gonna put that on there.
Oh, my love bug. I love me some Gordon Chambers. Do you hear me? You hear me?
Yes.
And nothing he can do about it.
Every time I see Gordon, he's like, "Hey, Troy, give me this big old hug."
I love Gordon.
Gordon's
he has just the sweetest spirit. Well, you know Gordon. He does.
Yep. And that's how I met Gordon.
It was. Oh.
Yep.
I met Gordon when I was working on the first project. He came down to Philly to write some songs for me. Yeah, he came down to Philly to work with me. That's how I met him, and we just maintained and retained our friendship.
Yeah, he's always welcomed me with open arms.
That's who he is.
Yeah, this past Brooklyn, we was in. They had a block party or something. And I went down there and he saw me. He's like, Troy.
That sounds like it.
Give me a hug. Isn't this place hot? Isn't it? I'm like, yeah, this is a great block party. He's like, yeah. So, yeah.
That sounds so much like him. I love Gordon.
Me too. He never lets it get to his head. Because, I'm thinking that boy he wrote some songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, he did. Yes, he has. Listen, he's an extraordinary talent.
Yes.
He is. He is an extraordinary and phenomenal talent.
Okay. Matter of fact, he was one of the first people I had on the podcast.
Really?
When I started it, yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow.
He came on.
It was an honor when he asked me to sing with him. It really was. It was an honor.
And, oh my God, you make me forget. He was one of the first people that did my showcases when I started in 2009.
Oh, wow.
He came down and did the show.
See?
In this little restaurant upstairs, it was a place in the village called Aja. And
I love that name.
Okay.
I love that name. Is it? You said it's no longer there?
It's no longer there. It was a Thai food restaurant. And I used to go there for happy hours. And I noticed they had a space upstairs. I was like, what are y'all doing upstairs? They said, nothing. I said, well, this place is beautiful. I love the decor and the feeling in here. I said, first I was just thinking maybe I'll have a birthday party here. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden it popped in my head. I said, wait a second, I know some artists. Maybe we can start doing showcases here. And he said, sure. First, so I started every Thursday night. I was doing a show, but then that became too much. I said, I don't have enough time to do the flyers and all that type of stuff for each show.
Yeah, that can be a lot.
Yeah. So I changed it to once a month. But the first show was with Miss Abby Dobson. You remember Abby?
Yes. Yes, I do. Wow. Yes, I do.
That was the first show. Angela Johnson and Darian Dean and
oh my goodness,
Chandler and China.
We used to all do shows together.
Yeah.
All oh my goodness. Wow. Wow, you're bringing back so many memories.
So when I saw this podcast, I called them all up. Darian came on, Angela Johnson, Gordon, Kimberly Nicole. I mean, that's how that whole thing started. And it just got bigger. So we outgrew Aja and then wound up going to Gospel Uptown. You remember that place that used to be on 125th Street in Harlem? And it was originally called Gospel Uptown because they was mainly doing gospel artists. But then they wanted to expand their reach and they changed it just to plain to GU.
I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with that venue.
Yeah.
Gospel Uptown.
And they served dinner. It was a nice little spot. And Trina Bashar did that show with me, her and Ra-Ray and
Ra-Ray. Trina's with what, Chaka now?
She was Chaka. Yeah. I'm like, go ahead, Trina.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's how I got my little foot up in all this now. A little
you
backdrop.
all in it. All in it. I love it.
Matter of fact, we talked about going. Let's play a little imaginary. Let's give people one more song. One more song. Let's play. This is Imaginary Lover, y'all, and this is Carol Riddick and Gordon Chambers.
Though you don't hear, I reach out to touch you, but only grab air. The songs that I write to you I owed when I'm at my piano. For you I compose. Unfair that a poet should live unrequited. Every time I get closer, you get farsighted. Imaginary lover, would you reach out and touch, take my hand? Imaginary lover, and tell me that you understand. Imaginary lover, that the love that I have waits for you. Imaginary lover, that it's yours without further ado. I walk with you, we stroll in the park on exotic vacations. We hold hands after dark. And when I'm on the stage, you're in the front row. I sing to you only, and nobody knows that I smile for the camera, hiding eyes that are lonely, that I wait for the long days when I laugh with my only imaginary
Yeah.
Troy, Gordon Chambers in the building. Thank you for all the support over the years. We love you, we support you, and we thank you for all your belief in independent soul artistry.
Ooh, I had to play that whole thing.
Gordon Chambers.
Yes. Ooh, the music in that. And y'all just, caressed it so beautifully.
Thank you. That was a pleasure. It really was. Again, that was a blessing because, that's Gordon Chambers. You know what I mean?
I know.
I mean, my little fur baby. Chloe just.
Enough's enough now. I was nice.
She will let me know. She will let me know.
Oh, man. So I just want to say thank you so much for coming on here today and gracing my podcast.
Troy, come on. You already know. Anytime. Thank you.
It was a joy. It was like everybody said, it seems like it's a lot of work. I'm like, it is, but it's not. Like when people always say, find something that you love and it won't feel like work.
You'll never work a day in your life. I was like, but they're absolutely right about that.
It's so true.
Absolutely right about that.
It's so true.
It's been a pleasure and a privilege. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Please. Like I said, the privilege is mine. Like I said, I've been following you for years, and I'm so glad that our paths have finally crossed. I'm sure we crossed somewhere along the line too, but it probably was a whole lot of people involved at that time.
We've been in too many of the same circles to not have crossed paths.
So I just want to say thank you again.
Thank you.
And yeah, like Carol said, please go to all her social media platforms and check out. And matter of fact, when is the new album? When is your plan? When is the tentative date? You got a couple more singles.
I know. No. I have a few more singles I want to release before I share the date. So
okay, all right. So I'm gonna guess somewhere in the fall then. Because you said a couple more singles.
But it's coming.
Okay.
It's coming.
All right. Well, we know it's coming, y'all, and we know it's going to be fire. It's going to be well worth the wait. If Gas Hard is any indication, you know it's going to be, like I say, fire.
Thank you, family. Thank you. I really want to say thank you to everybody, too, for the support and the continued support and love, because it means more than I can express and more than you will ever know. So thank you.
I'm sure they appreciate that because you have some diehard fans and followers.
Praise God.
Amen.
Praise God.
Hey. And I want to tell you all before we get up out of here also that you can check out me on Urban Influencer Radio every Monday at 11 p.m. if you're still up, Eastern Standard Time. And a lot of artists are up late. So you artists out there, you can check me out at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you in the West Coast, we come on at 8 p.m. Pacific Time. And I bring you the best in indie jazz, soul, R&B, house, inspiration. I always start off with I got a little format. I start off with a little house music. Then I throw a little jazz in there, a little R&B. I don't know. Depends on how the beat goes, which one comes first. And then I always slow it down to a nice little slow jazz, baby. You know, we got to end it with the quiet storm type feeling. So that's how my shows usually go. And sometimes I throw a little interview in there too. So check me out on the Urban Influencer Radio. It's BAAS, BAAS entertainment.com. And if you missed the shows, once again, I said it comes on Monday and it comes on Friday for your ride home at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 3 p.m. Pacific Time. And if you missed the shows all together, you're like, I ain't got time to sit down at any certain time to check anything out. Just go on over to BAASentertainment.com. That's BAAS entertainment.com. And once that week is over, I put the show on my website. So all the shows that you've missed since October of last year, go on over to BAASentertainment.com and you can check them all out. Also check out this is the 131st podcast show episodes. So you can go on over to my website and check them all out. You know, like we talked about Darian Dean, we talked about Paula McWilliams, we talked about all those people. It's all there. Gordon Chambers, all those, and if you're China Black, all of them are still on the website. So go on over to BAASentertainment.com and check me out. And if you want to get a t-shirt, unfortunately I only got larges and I got extra larges and two X's left and one small. So I'm almost all sold out. So I'm gonna have to replenish. But if you are a 2X or XL, I got you, baby. Go on over to BAASentertainment.com and get yourself a t-shirt, okay? And until next week, let's continue to love one another. Let's continue to uplift one another. Let's continue to keep each other in prayer. That's what I want to say. After you say keep each other in prayer, what else you need?
That's the truth right there.
Right? So, Carol, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you know what? I'm going to play one more song. We're going to go out with The Way You Say My Name. Mm-hmm. That's Carol and Will down there, y'all.
That's Will down there.
Yes. We're going to go out with that. And catch Carol with Will when he's in town and in your town. And peace and love, okay?
Just the way you hold me, or the way that you stroke my hair. It's not just the way you kiss me, or the way that you touch me there. It's one simple thing you do. It drives me wild and makes me want you more. I can feel what you feel, and baby, just by the way that you. It's the way you say my name, baby. Lets me know that you love me like you do. It's like that. It's the way you say my name, darling. Just a whisper can make heaven and earth move.
It's not just the way you gaze into my eyes, or the way our thighs feel when they touch the way they do. It's not just the way the way you feel when we're in bed, the way you keep my spirit fed when you speak the way you do. To live our lives together, yeah. A bond that lasts forever and evermore, for all the world to see. You complete me the way you say my name. It's the way you say my name. Say it, baby. Lets me know that you love me. Yes, I do. It's the way you say my name, sweet darling. Just a whisper can make heaven and earth move.
Hey y'all, this is David P. Stevens.
Hello, this is Christian De Masonis, aka Big New York.
Hey, it's Miss Grenade.
Hey, this is David Sosa, the Latin Prince of Soul.
Hey everybody, this is Kevin Owens.
Troy, Gordon Chambers in the building.
Hey, this is Lettuce. Hey, it's Helen Bruner. And Terry Jones.
Hey, this is your girl, Lady Alma.
Hey, this is soul jazz recording artist Frank McComb.
Hello everybody, this is Ricky Jones.
Hey, this is Sticks Bones, that grooving drummer.
Hey, this is Toy Taha.
Yo, what's up everybody? This is Mark the Divine.
Hi, this is Mason. You're listening to my friend Troy on the Bass Entertainment Podcast.